of the House condemn mothers and children and grandmothers and parents and concerned citizens, clergy, lie on them and say that they were violent insurrectionists. And I think that he owes the people of Tennessee an apology. Because at no point was there violence. At no point did we encourage violence. In fact, what we were doing was calling for the end of gun violence that is terrorizing our children day after day after day, and all we offer are moments of silence.
I got you. Let it rap. Look. City eyes. It's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure. Got that shotty in the closet by the mop ball.
He's very articulate. He can speak himself well, but that brother is insane. Mr. Jones, both of them, they can speak themselves well, but Pearson, that is the definition of insane. To go about something the same way and expect change. We've been begging. When I say we, I mean people who follow MLK. Our people has been begging our oppressors for change, and we have got none. We have gotten none. And that is the definition of insanity. You understand? I advise the brother to come get help. I advise that brother to leave that Democratic Party, to leave and join down the call Captain Soccer War down to Memphis. Which one went down to Memphis? Pearson, call Captain Soccer War down to Memphis. That's what he should do. And let him get some counseling and advice from a captain of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander Junior Yahanna. And we will show these men how you supposed to speak to your people, what movement you can do that can help better your people if you truly care. If you care about people being slaughtered in schools, won't you help us build up our own school? That way we can protect our own children. We won't have to go to these schools. We won't have to go to some private school or some charter school. We can have our own school. We can create our own curriculum. You understand? Let me know where you at.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 36. Then said he unto them, but now he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment. And a what? Sell his garment.
He said, if you don't have a sword, sell your garment. Regardless of what our ties that we wear, like your nice gear. In today's time, sell them Jordans. If you ain't got no sword, sell your Jordans real quick. You know, sell that motorcycle that you know it's summertime, you want to ride your bike. Sell that motorcycle, sell your bike, sell your favorite pair of shoes, sell all that. Keep going.
And buy a sword.
A sword in today's time is a firearm. You understand? We talking about in today's time, the modern weapon of that time is sell your Jordans and buy yourself that firearm or whatever nice gear you like to wear.
Verse 37. Verse 36, then he said unto them, but now he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one.
Let me tell you something. When you're gonna sell your nice pair of clothes, sell your car, something, whatever it is to buy yourself that modern day sword, which would be a firearm, but you're gonna use it for self-defense, not mass killing. You don't use the way our oppressor use it. You know, our oppressor, he does practice at a young age. He started off shooting maybe mice in the field, a couple of pigeons, some squirrels. He goes up to rabbits and deers, and then by the time he turns 13, oh, he's ready. He's ready to shoot a two-legged target, a walking two target. That's what he's ready to do. But he's been bred since young. The scriptures say, think not you can't make straight of what he made crooked. Like you cannot live a beggar's life. Give me back in the apocrypha, you could Barbara Shaw, the water for that. Let me tell you something, Israel. We cannot live a beggar's life. You cannot beg this man to treat you equally. Like I've never been chased by a dog and I said, please don't bite. I just ran until I found me a stick to defend myself. You understand? Like that's what you got to do. Defend yourself. And let me tell you how you defend yourself. By guarding up your loins and following these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how you defend yourself. We don't have our spiritual warfare is not just for weapons. It's carnal. It's spiritual. Like you cannot go up to your oppressor and say, hey, stop making your guns. Stop making your firearms. You're killing children. You're killing your own children, I might add. But you're unaliving your children. You're fatality shooting your children. Now we get on the back end of that as well, because they like to go to places like where the old of our people are go. In Buffalo, New York. He went there to where our older people was at, senior citizens. He ain't come down to the hood. Oh, no. He wasn't that brave. You understand? But my point I'm trying to make is you cannot beg your oppressor to stop being an oppressor. Right. You cannot beg a dog not to bite you. I mean, you can try, but it's going to... That's what our oppressor do. Anytime they see Negroes come up there, they can say, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. That's all they do. They growl at you. They tell you you should expect this. This is white America. WT America. So we don't get trouble with YouTube. White America, as in WT America. Right. This is WT America. You understand? Right. Yeah, so everybody watching, it's WT America. This is our oppressor. They're going to growl their teeth at us. Like, because we can't live a beggar's life. How dare you sit up here and beg this beast and not band together with your brothers? Right. If anything, you should be asking for forgiveness, you understand, from your people. Hey, look, for you have done us wrong by siding with the enemy. By the simple fact that you are a Democrat, you have sided with the oppressor. You have sided with the enemy. You should be asking your kinsmen, hey, slack it, brother. I done did unjustly by building up this empire. What can I do to make right? How about you separate yourself? Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. That's what Zephaniah 2:1 says. You need to come over here, be with the Israelite school of UPK. If you really want to make good on your word, come over here to the fold of the Israelite School or University of Practical Knowledge, and let men train you up with practical knowledge, and we can do away with some of the insanity that you have of begging a beggar's life. Deuteronomy 28:40. Was it 40, 28?
You want Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 40 and verse 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for it is better to die than beg.
Let me tell you something. You see the Israelite school of UPK, we don't beg them for nothing. We say the white man, as in YT, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And let me tell you what else they do. They come give us donations. We tell them that they're going to serve us. You understand? And we put our boots out and they kiss it. We don't beg them for nothing. You understand? We up here, we don't beg for nothing, and if it need be, we'll stand. Right. Lord be with you. That's all I'm gonna say on that part. You see, like I said, Lord be with you. Leave us alone. We're gonna protect ourselves. We ain't Christians. We don't turn no other cheeks. You know what I'm saying? We clutch fists around here. We protect our own. We preserve our life. But we don't want equality. We want what's ours. We want justice. You understand? And we want the justice that the Most High has promised us. Not what the justice is going to give you, because you can't expect equality for them to give us anything. Because if they do, that means that is the end of their kingdom. They act like they don't want us here, but in actuality, we are the ones that work in all the hotels. We do all the housekeeping. We do majority of all the cooking. You understand? We are the ones doing all the low-paying jobs. Like if they don't like us like they're saying, why won't they just kick us out? They got the force to do it. They got the military to do it, but they won't get rid of us. You want to know why? Because they need us. Someone has got so prompt, they act like they don't want us, but they need us. But they don't need you to beg them. They need us, but we don't need them. You understand? We can survive on our own. We done built America. We done built Egypt. How many empires we done built? Was it the Assyrian Empire, the Greeks, the Romans? We done built all these empires. We done built. We done built every empire known to man. We done built, and it's been built off the establishment of our records. What they call is the Bible. But we done built everything, but yet and still we act like we got to beg them to give us anything when we done built the entire earth. The earth belongs to the Most High, and the Most High said we're going to inherit this earth. You understand? Let me tell you something, Israel. We should not beg. You should rather what?
Salakia. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for it is better to be unalived than to beg.
Let me tell you something. It is better to be unalived than to beg. Right. We don't beg. You understand? We do not beg for anything. We say that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and we don't beg him for nothing. If anything, we tell him what's going to happen to him. We're going to tell him like the punishment is going to come to him when you leave that beggar's life. That's the issue with Martin Luther King. And what you see today is that these are the children of MLK philosophy. For Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, they are the children for that philosophy. They are the children of things that you can beg and get beat on and get talked reckless to and still ask for tokens and still ask for crumbs. No, they're supposed to beg for us. And then us in kind will call them a female dog. You understand? It is not meat to take away from the children of Israel. Keep going.
Verse 29, the life of him that dependeth on another man's table.
Let me tell you something. We've been dependent on another man's table. If you are a Democrat or a Republican, you are dependent on that government's table. You are dependent on your political party's table. You understand? Like, you can't depend on a party that does not have the interests of your people. Then on top of that, you're not even the majority of your people there. You are the piece of pepper that fell inside the salt table. You know what I'm saying? You are that piece of black pepper corn that fell inside that jar of salt. That's all you is. Keep going.
I'm going to start back from the top. Verse 29, the life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life. For he polluteth himself.
He what?
He polluteth himself.
Now he gained riches.
He polluteth himself.
Now he gained status.
He polluteth himself.
He's making change.
He polluteth himself.
That's someone's dream, right?
He polluteth himself.
He said we got to do something about gun violence in America, for little children is being slaughtered. He what?
He polluteth himself.
Let me tell you something. No, you're begging from that table. Like, if it's white on white crime, let it be that. You mind your business. I understand that you are a political party and children and mothers and fathers are pleading with you to do something about the violence of America. But they need to take the arms up with their own government. You understand? They need to go, if they want to protest, why don't they just go to a gun store? I don't see them protesting gun stores. I wonder why. I wonder why they got so much issues with guns and they want to protest, but they never went to the gun manufacturer stores or factories. Joe Biden wants to put in more stipulations. The ATL wants to put in more stipulations, but yet they don't go to the gun stores. Why is that? I wonder why. Could it be more Ted Bundy stuff? You know what I'm saying? Or down in Oregon when they took up arms, said, "No, we're not going." I wonder why. It's a civil war waiting to happen. That's why. There's a civil war waiting to happen. That's why they would not go to the gun store and protest at the gun store. Because they know they have a weapon. They do not. Those who have the gun has the gold.
We've got to do something. That's what I would like to be doing. And so you brought attention or tried to bring attention to me, but I want to turn the attention to the people. The people who will never be able to throw a temper tantrum for gun violence. You know, the Larry Thorns, the Catherine Kuntzes, the Mike Hills, the Cynthia Peaks, the Evelyn Decaus, the Haley Scruggs, the William Kennedys, who will never have a chance to throw what you call a temper tantrum for justice, for gun reform, for the ending of gun violence. They'll never have a chance because we haven't taken our oath seriously, because we don't take people who we disagree with seriously. We tell them, you just are throwing a temper tantrum.
Ultimately, Tennessee Republicans voted to expel Democratic Representative Justin Pearson from the House as well. At one point during his final remarks, the official TV feed for the Tennessee House continued to wrongly identify him as his colleague, Justin Jones, as he was giving his final statement. Pearson ended by saying the struggle had just begun.